I'm done with Marvel because I'm not even like itching to go see Guardians anymore. Like
Okay,
I
now here's okay. So we're on Marvel now. The thing about I think Guardians 3 is the last good Marvel movie we'll see in a while
okay.
because James Gunn is one of the old guard. He's a very consistent writer. He may
Mm-hmm.
not be everybody's cup of tea, but he understands that just like the Fast and Furious, he understands that the family aspect is what makes people come back to this franchise. So whatever he does in the future with DC, I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't think he'll knock it out of the park. I don't expect for like all of my wishes to come true. I think there we will get a few good projects out of that. So that being said, after he leaves, it doesn't give a lot of hope for Marvel because who do they have? They have people like Michael Waldron and Jessica Gao and all these writers from like Rick and Morty who um they're not great. I really don't like any of the stuff they've done. I'm hearing that they fired the guy who's doing Kang Dynasty. He's the one who did uh, um the Ant-Man movie,
Oh my God.
Quantumania. So, and Quantumania is a tough watch. Like I tried watching it again, and I have it on my new screen, and I was checking it out, and the special effects look so bad in that movie.
It's kind of it's sad.
It's like I felt sad watching Ant-Man Quantumania. I just felt sad for everybody involved. I felt sad for Michael Douglas. I'm like, man, he was in Basic Instinct and now he's just in a room, in a green screen room or on the volume pretending to look at ants. And I'm just like, man. And then you have Michelle Pfeiffer who is such a great actress, and she has her character is the worst written character in Marvel history, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Like, why wouldn't you tell anyone that you helped out, a multi-dimensional dictator? Like, isn't that something you should tell people? I mean, you guys are ant people. Your friends are the Avengers. You know people who handles stuff like this. Why wouldn't you like bring it up in a conversation? Like, hey, I understand not bringing up the Bill Murray stuff. I mean, that's a little. I can understand that, but man, King, right? Like I can't even get past that. There's so much things wrong with that movie. I can't even get past that part. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. It's hard to digest the fact that like when you're looking at a product like Marvel who's been going like at a like basically upward trajectory, then you see shit like Quantumania and you're just kind of like, what the fuck happened? Like I don't even think like there was a lot of bad like even when there were bad movies in the first phases, like they weren't
Yeah. They
this
weren't this
bad.
bad. They weren't this bad. Like this is horrendous. Now, I will give the writer credit, Jeff Lovelace, whatever his name is. I think
Mm-hmm.
he is there are a couple of jokes in there that are actually pretty funny. I liked when the Kool-Aid man, the goo man, was talking about how many holes he doesn't have any holes.
Yeah.
That's funny. I like the part where Scott was um counting all the holes that he has because I was counting my holes at the same time he was. So that got me. Okay, I do have an observation. I may be going to hell for this, but
Okay.
there was a part where they were telling Scott to drink the goo,
Mm-hmm.
and then he drinks it, and then what's her name comes out, the daughter, and then she has goo like dripping out of her mouth, and then
Oh my hell. I know. Oh my God. Link. Oh my God.
and he's like, "You drank me."
Oh my God.
The second time I saw that, that's when I was like, "Oh no."
You are sick. You are sick.
Oh
I didn't
no.
even put that together. Oh my god. Oh, oh, oh my god, you're
and
sick.
and then he like the Kool-Aid man, the Jolly Rancher dude, he wipes it off of her mouth. Like he
Yeah, I felt like I was having a fever dream when we got around that part. It felt very. I felt like I was on shrooms again. Like it was very, very.
again. um Hold on. Did I dream this or were the buildings alive?
Some of them were. You weren't wrong. Some of them were alive. Yes.
What the fuck?
I don't fucking know. Like they
What
made
the
inanimate
fuck?
objects alive. I don't know. It was a very. I don't know. I can't. I
Like, why is
can't.
there a guy made out of broccoli? Like, what is happening? Why is Michael Douglas telling me about socialism? Like, what
I
is
don't
happening?
know. I don't know.
Why is Darren Cross like Modoc?
Okay,
What?
that was the biggest sin that I've ever seen for a villain. I'm sorry.
All right, but let's not. We're gonna go
Yeah, yeah,
down
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go
a
ahead.
whole thing with this. So they're going to Marvel is doing a complete shakeup. They're getting rid
Yeah.
of Jeff Loveless, the writer. I guess
Yep.
I hear that's the report. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And they may be pivoting from Jonathan Majors, which I think is a good idea because I think the last like the two end credit scenes, I think they're horrible. I think John Majors is horrible in them. I'm not looking forward to Loki season 2 because him with his Frederick Douglass do like it just looks like shit.
You think that
And
Jonathan Majors wasn't good in
the
like
end
as
credit scenes, none of
oh
them.
right, right,
They're
right, right. Yes, yes. Okay.
like the arena of with all the
Kangs?
freaking Kangs, like that shit looks
Yeah.
awful. Like all of that looks awful. It looks worse on streaming when you stream it on TV. It looks terrible, man. It looks
I'm
like
assuming
trash.
I'm assuming you watched it like when it came on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
I get it.
I was doing I'm doing a whole ranking of them, so I wanted to refresh it, and it was worse than the first time I saw it. Like I saw it in the El Capitan the first time, so it was like a really nice screen and all of that. But
Hmm.
like you see it at home, it's just terrible.
You were
And
saying,
there's no
yeah,
Luis, and there's no Luis, so that's the even bigger sin there.
yep, that's worse too.
So much wrong with that movie. So okay, so there is a big pivot, and now they're trying to gaslight us and tell us that Kang wasn't supposed to be the main villain and all that. So and I'm like, okay,
Oh, fuck
bullshit,
you.
whatever.
Fuck you.
So
Okay.
so I would like Marvel to stop. I think Marvel, if they go back to like the Netflix movies or to how it was before the MCU or just old school MCU, I think Marvel could come back. And this would just be like the gaslight, the gas leak. You know, if anybody watches Community, the gas leak phases where look, we don't talk about those phases. We don't talk about it. It's
Yep.
whatever. Or a full on reboot. I think a full on reboot is necessary for Marvel at this point because I'm not gonna watch the Marvels in theater. I'm just gonna I'm putting my foot down. I mean,
Like starting from like base one, like Iron Man 1 type of reboot.
yeah, reboot the whole thing
Oh,
because it's over, man. Like after you see Guardians 3, you would feel like,
I'm
yeah,
not disagreeing with you, but
I'm
I'm just
out.
look like yeah, you might be right.
And I love Guardians 3. I was surprised to love it, but I'm just like, yeah, I this is where I need to get off. I need to get off this bus because where you're going, you're going into like a very crazy place where I don't want to go. So I'm good.
So
I'm off.
quickly, so quick question because I haven't seen it yet. For the way that you said that, the way that's going off, is there a way that Guardians end that makes you believe that okay, this is it. I gotta stop now because nothing else is gonna come. Nothing better is gonna come after this.
Nothing better is gonna the point where at the end um title crawl says Star Lord will return. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna watch that because
Really?
yes, they had the balls to pull that shit. I was like, fuck you.
Wow.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm gonna watch Chris Pratt
Wow.
in Super Smash Brothers. I'm not watching this. Okay, I'm done. Like,
That's insane. Okay.
no, thank you.
Wow. Wow.
All right, we. So that's it with me and Marvel. I you would like Guardians. I think Guardians has one of the best Marvel villains. Some of the best Marvel fights I've seen. The effects are great. The jokes land. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like as good as the first one, but I think it's pretty good. Like it's
Like it still
solid
has its
to me.
magic?
Yes, it's the last good Marvel movie. I think it's even better. I think it's better than No Way Home. Someone might, I might be in the minority. People might not agree with that, but for me, I just felt like it's final. It's closure. It just leaves it at a place where I can just be like, okay, I'm out.
You
I'm
think it's
getting
better
off
than
now.
Wakanda Forever?
Oh fuck yeah,
Really?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay. All right. I'll probably
yeah.
go watch it. I'll probably watch it next weekend then.
Okay, recording in three, two, one. We got a Flash movie with Michael Keaton's Batman in it, and then we have Indiana Jones, which is coming out. So it
Mm-hmm.
feels a lot like 1989 again because Batman and the Last Crusade was out that year,
Mm-hmm.
and Batman completely shocked everybody because it made like a whole lot of money, and that's why I really think this movie is going to be really successful, even with as two Ezra Millers. Like
Really?
I yeah, I think it'll make a lot of money. I just have like a just the buzz about it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about it makes me feel like it doesn't feel like blind nostalgia. It feels like an actual blockbuster. It feels like something kind of fresh, but kind of throwback ish.
Like something
If
like almost like you're reading like fresh from a comic book type of feeling?
it, it's it it's sort of it's like like back when you was a kid and then you saw something that you're like, I want to see that. I've been reading this comic book for so long and they're actually doing it the way that it should be done.
Yeah.
And I every single thing I hear about it, I just feel more and more excited for it. I don't even know how to explain that. And I don't know if the movie is going to be that good, but it feels like I don't like every time like some I hear something new comes out, I'm like, well, that's gonna suck until I see it, and then it'll probably be good, and then I'll probably change my mind after that. But I have like low hopes for everything. But for
I
this,
yeah, I heard a feeling. I heard one of my favorite TikTokers who was a movie reviewer, he got to see the early premiere of The Flash, and
yeah,
he said it was like one of the greatest films he's seen. Like not just like superhero, is one of the greatest films he's seen by far. And I that's crazy praise. So if he's saying that, I'm like, okay, I have to go see this now.
yeah, that might be a bit of hyperbole. Is like how old is he? Like 25? Like
No, he's 31.
oh, there. Okay, all right. Still, it's a bit of hyperbole. I don't think it's that. I don't think it'll be that great. But I think in terms of
I don't think it's gonna like the greatest movie.
yeah,
I just don't think it's gonna be bad. I
yeah,
don't have high hopes, but I don't think it's gonna be like Suicide Squad bad.
yeah, or Phase 4 bad, where it's sort of like it feels like people who actually cared about comic books, who cared about like the Batman that I grew up with,
Hmm.
like it just has there's just something about it that makes me feel like it's in good hands. Like I don't really know who the director who's doing it is. I don't.
I don't know the individual either.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick search on him, but like it just feels to me that people who are doing this actually cares about his name is Andy Muschietti,
Okay.
and he did It Chapter 1 and 2,
Really?
which yeah, and I like those.
Okay.
Like I like those movies.
That's great so far. Okay.
Yeah, so he's very technically savvy because
Okay.
I think it one is just brilliant.
I think it is
So
too.
I mean, the only thing I can say about the trailers that I don't like is probably like there's some of the CG that looks very rubbery, but
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just gonna go with it. Like
I can't wait to see like they're gonna make Kara Zor-El like the like an angry Kara, and I can't wait to see it. Because
yeah,
angry
I
Kara in the comics is badass as fuck.
well, you see, that's always the issue with my issue with Supergirl in the media, other than the comics, is that they always try to make her Clark Kent, but a girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Kara,
Kara's different. Kara's like I would argue like I think they already confirmed that she's more powerful than Superman. So and she's an angsty teen and she has this whole responsibility of having that name to her. Why would you not capitalize on that? That is the most like I'm sorry, people who are like feminists, whatever. That's literally a female struggle you can all like accommodate to. Why is that not like on the forefront?
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's why I feel like I'm looking forward to this take of her. Like I'm looking forward to a different take of Supergirl. I'm so tired of, yeah, Melissa Benoist was pretty good as Supergirl, but her take was just so nerdy, so Clark Kent-ish, and I want them to get
Yeah,
away from that. And to me, it looks different enough for me to be on board with it. So I
her
and the
suit looks
actress,
badass too.
the suit looks fine. It didn't look as good like in the promos, but like I mean, no super suit looks good in
No
the
super
promos.
suit ever does.
Yeah, and I don't know. It looks pretty good to me. Even though like I got reservations about Ezra, I don't know. I'm
I have
kind
my
of
feelings on
kind
it.
of
I have
excited.
my feelings. I have my feelings on Ezra, but like you know what? I wish they would have recasted him, but like I I can't we can't do anything about it. So it is what it
Yeah,
is. I'll
be
watch
way
it and
too
it's
late.
fine.
Yeah.
Hot take actually. I am not on board with Michael Keaton coming back as Batman.
What? Why?
I'm not on board with it. I'm not saying he's bad as Batman. I'm just not on board with it. I don't agree with the casting choice.
Well, I would prefer I would prefer if they did it like how the comic books did it. If it were because if they did it like the comic books, Negan from Walking Dead, he would have been Batman because he plays Bruce Wayne's father, right?
Oh, Thomas Wayne?
Thomas Wayne. He would have been,
Oh,
in the
that would have
suit.
been perfect.
It would have been perfect had, the Snyder stuff before worked.
Yeah, you're right.
I think if it
Fuck.
all worked, but because the regime change and like they screwed it up so much, putting Michael Keaton in it is probably the only way this movie's gonna make money. So
I believe that too, but like I don't know, like I looked at it and I'm like, oh, this is cool. But then as my film brain is thinking about it for a second, I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I just don't see it. I would rather see Negan like be Thomas Wayne. I don't know. It's just it doesn't work.
I would have thought that was interesting because it had a more emotional touch. Because they're still using Ben Affleck Batman, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
it
Yeah,
would have it would have just been like a crazy plot twist if, oh my god, it's actually the father from it's actually Thomas Wayne from Batman v Superman. It's just business wise, it makes more sense. It's Michael Keaton.
yeah,
And
business
that's
wise, yeah. That I agree with. It makes sense.
yeah.
Have you seen some of the stuff from Flashpoint Batman of like where Thomas Wayne is Batman?
Yeah. With is it with Eobard Thorne and all of that?
Yes.
I love that movie. That's one of my favorite animated films. Flashpoint. I love it.
Have you seen the comics of that? They did a spinoff with it like a couple years ago.
Oh, I haven't read it. No.
The brief summary, very, very quick. This Thomas Wayne is basically like the kingpin of Gotham. So Thomas Wayne, like he is Batman, but it's not,
Yeah,
and he literally kills all of his criminals. There's literally a scene where he's facing Killer Croc, takes a machete and digs it into his skull. Like that's how ruthless this Batman is. But
interesting.
the point I'm getting at though is that like if we're having this kind of Thomas Wayne in this kind of movie, I would have been on the floor with this. This would have been amazing. But yeah, I can see what you're saying about like business wise, bringing the old fans back, seeing Michael Keaton as Bat. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it makes a lot more sense. But still, just from my own brain, I would have liked to see Thomas Wayne be Flashpoint Batman. But it's
Yeah,
okay.
man, it just looks so cool to me. Like Ben Affleck Batman's going to be in it for a little bit. The old Batman's coming back. There's a different version of Supergirl, and I don't know. It just looks fun. It looks really fun to me. So, and that's
Like,
all I want. I just want fun. Give me something like
do
light.
you do you think that because I forget who said this, someone on YouTube, someone said that they should treat DC like you're taking out comic books. You get random stories from random parts of the universe from random heroes. It's not like in a timeline. It's all random stuff.
I think it worked before with Joker, the Batman. I think those are probably the better of the last crop of DC movies that came out. So
I
yeah,
think that
maybe
would
there's something
too.
to it. I mean, to have everything be shared, you're always going to have to be like, okay, so he knows him. Where did this character come from? Okay, what happened in this one? Oh, do I have to watch the TV show to really get, you know what I mean? So I'm okay with just not having anything be connected, and just every once in a while they maybe Aquaman pops up, but they don't have like have
A
to
team up.
do all this. Like you can do a team up, but just not have all this, history that you need to follow and all that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Like you think that people should just like take the story as face value and then see what they like and what they don't like?
Yeah, I actually prefer that, to be honest, because I don't think anybody can do what Marvel did in the first 10 years. Like the first 10 years of Marvel is just, it's unprecedented how they did it. And it wasn't always perfect, but I mean, for them to do that and have the universe connected and to, but they didn't like, I mean, they did it like one movie to one movie. They didn't just have this 10-year plan where they're like, we're going to do this, we're going to do, it's more like, okay, we're going to do this movie, but we're going to have a little stinger at the end. Maybe you come to
Yeah.
see it, maybe not, whatever. We're just going to do it, see what happens. And then that's how they built it. It's bit by
I
bit.
think
You can't just be like, we need, there's going to be 7 Power Ranger movies. And then the first one flop.
were they the first like I would say movie franchise to do post credit scenes?
No, that's been going on for decades, man. What are you talking about?
I honestly like well, I'm just thinking because like back then when I first watched like Iron Man, I was like 7.
Yeah.
I don't remember like seeing any like post credit stuff that led to another movie. I remember
Oh,
like
let's move. Well,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what? Back in the day, it would be there would be like little stingers where like M Bison in the Street Fighter movie would pop up and be like, "I'll be back," or Skeletor from the He-Man
yeah.
film.
Oh, okay, okay.
But the sequels would never happen because those movies didn't really make money. So there's that.
Yeah, okay, I can see what you mean. Yeah.
So it's the thing with the Iron Man stuff is that people actually got interested, and I think how they did it was pretty smart because they released 2 movies the same year, and in Iron Man, Nick Fury comes up at the end, and in the Hulk, Iron Man shows up at the end, and he talks to Thaddeus Ross and all of that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, well, you're gonna have to do it now. Like
Yeah.
you what you that's a pretty big tease. You're gonna have to do it.
It's
But
huge actually. Yeah.
yeah, but now it's more like they're threatening you with another movie. Like at the end of like Eternals or something, where you see what's his name? What is his name? I can't even remember.
Oh,
Jonas, or the other
oh,
guy?
Adam Warlock.
Yeah, no, 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 not Adam Warlock. I'm Star Fox.
Oh, Harry Styles.
Yeah, Harry Styles. So at that point, I was just like, I groaned audibly, like
Wait, why?
loudly.
Why?
Do you want to see Harry Styles as Star Fox? I don't want to see that.
I honestly like I could at that point when I watched Eternals, like anything that Marvel did was a disappointment at that point in time. So seeing Harry Styles was the least of my problems. So I am still mad of the freaking giant titan in the middle of the earth and no
Oh,
one's
that
addressed it yet.
nobody has done anything about that.
No,
No
no
one's
one's
talking about that.
that one's just there. It's like the stepchild that no one acknowledges. Like
So we're
it's
just gonna forget about that. We're just
yeah,
gonna
it's
okay,
just there.
okay, okay. Well, they're gonna do that with Kang now. Is next. Like I don't know how they're gonna end Loki season 2, but they're gonna be like, oh wow, it's funny how Kang doesn't look like Jonathan Majors anymore.
Have you heard anything about like them like recasting him and stuff like that?
Nothing concrete, but I just keep hearing that it they're shifting things. And you know when they say that they're shifting things, that means the building's burning down and they're trying to they're like there's nothing to see here. So I believe they will change all of that stuff, but they won't say until, you know. I mean, it's a cluster F right now. Like, what are they going to do? And plus, writer strike. So they can't even put pen to paper. Well, not on the paper.
Not on the paper anyway.
Yeah, not on the.
Can you imagine how angry like Marvel is that they set up like basically the next villain for the next 10 years and then
Mhm.
within like year two they like it's basically gone.
Well, yeah. First, the movie doesn't hit, and then secondly, the star of that movie just doesn't. You know, he's got into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, oh God, what do we do? Do we keep going? What if he's exonerated? Then we'd look bad because we fired him. But if we keep him on and then he actually is
Guilty.
indicted or guilty or whatever, then we have a Ezra Miller issue. So that is a tough situation that I don't.
I actually, here's a question. You might actually know this better than I would. So when they first, like Robert Downey Jr. wasn't exactly a saint either, but they still gave him a chance to do this stuff.
Right.
Obviously, it's on the same level of what Jonathan Majors is doing. But
Yeah.
if they have a feeling of, okay, we want you to do this, and if you're not guilty, then we can still continue, will that be the same backlash? Or because of the day and age that we're in, there's no way he's coming back?
Yeah, I feel it's a completely different sort of situation where people didn't know if Iron Man was going to hit. And now because of the political climate, because of um where Marvel is now, it's just too big of a moving thing for you to have like one part not complying, and it wasn't even owned by Disney back then, right?
Right.
Like Paramount was doing those movies, so it doesn't look like they would continue with them. I don't think.
Do you think it's a smart idea to like um I don't know, like erase the whole Kang situation, or do you think they're just gonna recast and then say say bye-bye because they're not gonna recast T'Challa for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
So if you're gonna do that, then you might as well just like forget that Kang was ever a thing and move on to the next villain, I would say.
yeah. I would say they need to sweep that shit under the rug. Same thing like they're doing to the Echo show. They need to do that with Kang and
What are they doing with
Rush.
Echo?
Oh, they're gonna drop it like all on one day.
Really?
Yeah, that was the show I was talking about. They're gonna drop it all on one day, sweep it under the rug, throw it away, and not, you know, because they don't want to deal with that. I mean, that's a loss for them.
I mean,
That's a
I
loss.
can't.
Nobody cares about. Hold on a
I
second.
don't remember. I don't remember like I know Echo was like like a project they were talking about, but I didn't know that they were actually gonna like just drop it and say here, that's it. Like just forget that it's here, but it's here, like that type of
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so lazy. What the fuck?
Yeah, but I
That
mean, what you can't sell action figures with Echo. What are you going to do with Echo? What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with what was it? House of Harkness or whatever that other show
Oh,
was with Agatha?
Agatha
Yeah.
Harkness?
Yeah, the Convent of Mayhem or something. I don't know what the
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You can't do anything with that. He
Marvel fans want to see Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer, the X-Men. That's the stuff they want to see. They don't want to see this other stuff, what, Miss Marvel and all that sort. They don't those comic books didn't sell. So why are they, you know what I mean? Why are they I mean, of course it's all agenda driven and stuff like that. But even then, you could have made Miss Marvel work. You have a good actress for it. All you had to do was just look at Spider-Man and just do that.
Yeah,
Just
you're right.
give her something to fight for, give her like some kind of issue with her family. They didn't even do that. Like they were too busy trying to show her culture rather than build a story around her. And like it's great to see, like, her visiting her cousins, but I don't care about her cousins.
I don't care
Build a
either.
story around her where, like, they have like a one of the most charismatic Bollywood actors in that show, and then they have him for like one episode, and then they killed him off. And I'm like, what is even the point? Why are you having him there? Like, he's
I can t
it's just
I think they have this the Marvel writers have the same problem as like Star Wars fans have problems. They don't have writers that are fans of this thing, but they have specific ideas that they want to carry onto the show that they don't give a shit about.
yeah, they just don't. It's just a lack of care of
The
uh
product.
comic book storytelling. I mean, compare Miss Marvel to like what they did with Miles Morales. Now, Miles Morales, his the plot of what was that movie called? Into the Spider Verse.
Yes.
He basically has an uncle that he cares about that was like, his guy and everything, and then plot twist, he's the bad guy. Like, holy
Hmm.
shit, you got me
Yeah.
right. There was nothing like that in Miss Marvel.
No.
Like there was nothing. Like, where is the drama? Where is the, you know, everything that I love is being threatened. I need to do something. I need to be better than, I need to find myself. I need to do, and that's the problem with all of the new Marvel characters that are coming out now. They don't have that. They don't have that Uncle Ben moment. They don't have that, oh, I need to, you know, pull myself up. I need to, Spider-Man was great because of that. That's why Spider-Man is the most popular superhero of all time, just because of that.
Yeah.
It's not because his costume's cool. It's not because he beats up everybody. It's because of his vulnerabilities. It's because of, who he is as a person, the decisions that he makes, the consequences that he has to go through and has to work through and stuff like that. No Way Home is great because of that.
Yeah.
You know,
I
the top. Yeah,
I
sorry.
can't it's funny that you said that we don't have an Uncle Ben moment, but we did. We had like Aunt May die in it. And I don't know, me
Oh,
personally, like
well, yeah, for No Way Home, but I mean, we don't have that for any of the new characters now.
no, we don't. And the take that I made with Val actually like a few weeks ago was that I rewatched No Way Home and I realized that if the nostalgia Spider-Man didn't come through, this wouldn't be as great of a movie as it was.
Yeah, that first hour was pretty rough. Like it was pretty rough. It kind of just felt like a sitcom, and I did have a few of issues with the effects. It
Hmm.
really just like once Willem Dafoe like
Jumped on.
completely, yeah, as soon as he shows up, as soon as he starts doing the evil stuff, that's when it clicked. That's when it clicked.
Yeah, that's when it worked. Um, I think I asked you this before. Do you still buy Tom Holland as Spider-Man?
Yeah, I did since day one. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
I can't get behind it. I can't.
I he's not my definitive Spider-Man. I don't think I think there's certain aspects about Spider-Man I think Tobey Maguire did better. I think in terms of him just talking shit, I think Andrew Garfield is the is better at that than any of them. I think Andrew Garfield is the better actor of the three.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Tom Holland, like he's a good Spider-Man to me, but I mean, you compare it to those two, it's it's kind of hard. It's kind of
It's
hard. But seeing the three of them together, like I like that. Like I love seeing them
I
together.
liked watching it and I like seeing it because as a Spider-Man fan, you enjoy that kind of stuff. But I guess when I'm looking at like as a movie as a whole, if you didn't have them, would this movie still be as good as a result?
Well, then it would be like a whole other story. It'll be like a typical Spider-Man story, which it would just be far from home. It's like, oh, Peter's on a field trip, or Peter's on a doing something at school. It would be inconsequential to me, I think.
I agree, but even still, like when we were talking about like having like watching the new products that are out now, like you do comparisons of how things are successful. I think that personally, Wakanda Forever is the most like um favorable when it comes to like actual successful standalone phase four movies.
Outside of No Way Home,
Yes.
I would say so. I still think it's messy, and I still think the third act is weak, and I still think that the effects are very inconsistent, and I still think Shuri as Black Panther is not as strong as I would have liked it to be, but I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. I clearly don't hate it at all, but like I still
Yeah.
think that like when you watch it for no, you're right. All your points that you made about like the flaws in it, you're absolutely right. I still think that the Atlantis storyline was great. I still think like having like the deaths that they had in that movie were great. Like everything about that was still it hit me
Uh,
good.
Not Atlantis. Telecan.
Fuck off. It's Atlantis. I don't give a fuck. It's Atlantis.
Trademark.
Big fucking deal. You're $1 billion company.
Namor.
Work your way around it. Fuck off.
It's Namor.
Namor.
Yeah,
Why,
that was all
why does he
Victoria
sound like
Alonso. That was all
why
Victoria Alonso, by the way.
why does he sound like a fucking like somebody who works at a hotel in Dominican Republic? Like why I can't get no, it's Namor, not Namor.
Hey,
Shut up.
are you stunting like? Oh, I've been to a hotel in DR. Look at me, I'm fancy.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
No,
Listen up. Yeah.
but okay. I'm just speed through like all the franchises that are coming out this
Okay.
year is probably like. I mean, there is a lot of like new franchises coming out, old franchises that are still going on. I think Mission Impossible is going to be the most successful out of all of them.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do this since like we're running out of time here. Let's
Yeah.
you say the names and then on a scale of 1 to 10, we'll say how excited we are about these certain ones.
All right, cool. Blue Beetle.
8.
I would say 6. I didn't like that the trailer took a swipe at Batman. Like, why is everybody taking a swipe at Batman? I mean, Batman's the only character that keeps the lights on at Warner Brothers until maybe they do another Harry Potter thing. But Batman's been consistent. And in every TV show, like Gotham Knights or Batwoman or Teen Titans, they always have to take a swipe at Batman. Like, who
I'm
writes this? The G4 hiring team? Look,
probably
Batman.
to be honest,
Put
though,
respect on Batman's name.
the reason I'm excited is just because like I love the actor who plays him. Like I can't pronounce his name properly, but like he I just like him ever since I saw Cobra Kai. So he's
He's
an
great
actor
in
I'm
Cobra
actually
Kai.
yeah. So
He's
I'm
great in
just
Cobra
excited
Kai.
to see him and Blue Beetle's like a low key underdog of mine. So yeah, I'm actually excited for this one.
All right, cool. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dumb.
0.
I would say 2 because I want to see how hard it flops. Like I feel like I would have I guess the word is Schadenfreude. There's a German word where I feel glee when you fail.
Yeah, that I think
Schadenfreude.
that's what it is. Yeah,
Well,
I don't care to watch it. I'll watch the flop on the pages. It's fine.
all right then. The Little Mermaid.
You know what? It's a 7 because my nieces want to watch it really badly, and I want them to be excited for when they see it. So it's only because I want my niece to be happy when they see it. So 7.
Oh, that's sweet. I think it'll just be another one. I think it'll be better than your average Disney remake. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be as bad as what Cruella, where they take the villain who skins dogs alive and make her the good guy. Like, come on, Disney. What the hell?
yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it'll be better than that, but not by much. I think it'll be a 5 or something like that. Mission Impossible 10. 10, 10, 10, 10 right off the bat. 10.
I say a 9 because I'm actually excited to see it.
Yes. Tom Cruise just can't miss with that. I don't know. He's the last, you know, movie star. He's
No,
the last
Leonardo
one.
DiCaprio's still kicking around.
Yeah, but can he how many movies makes as much money as a Mission Impossible film though? Like that
Didn't Django and Wolf of Wall Street did like those kind of numbers? Like not the
not
same, but
that
like
kind of
no
numbers. Not that
but
kind of
like
numbers.
but
I guess
like
it broke even. I mean, I
yeah,
guess you could say that.
it broke even, yes.
All right, fine. Transformers.
You know what? I would say uh a 7. A
I
7.
would I would say a 7 too. I think it'll be fine. I think it's definitely better than the Michael Bay ones. I think Michael Bay deserves a lot of credit for making Transformers the franchise that it is, but he also needs to take blame for crashing it into the ground. And of course, he didn't do it alone. The producers drove trucks of money to his house.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to blame them too. But finally, I think we're doing something that looks like the cartoons, and they're doing Beast Wars. So I don't know. I think it might be pretty good, and it's got your boy in it. So
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll just
yeah,
be okay.
Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse 2, or Spider-Man into whatever the new one is
Oh,
called.
that's a 10 for me.
Is it 10?
That's a 10.
I would I would say 7. I think it
Really?
my yeah, it kind of cooled for me.
Okay.
I still think the first one is one of the best Spider-Man movies ever made, but I don't know if they'll match it.
Okay,
So
fair
let's
enough.
see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
Um The Equalizer 3.
Like a 4, honestly.
4. I would say
4.
I would say 6, 6.5. I think it's I can't really say anything about Little Mermaid about the race swapping because Equalizer is a race swap and it's a race swap that works. So I'm not going to argue with you switching out a character with Denzel Washington. I think he's badass, and
Yeah,
I think this movie is going to be great. Good.
it's not the race
It'll be
swapping.
good.
It's not the race swapping. It's just like after I've seen John Wick, I just like the bar is too high for me when it comes to like gunslinging movies like that anymore.
Agreed. Agreed. I think it's a different flavor, but we'll
Yeah.
see how that goes.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I love John Wick 4.
Yeah.
Not the story, but the action and
The
the
action. Yeah.
cinematography. The cinematography is oh my god, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Dune,
Fucking 2.
get the fuck out of here, sir. I give that a
Fucking 2.
10. I give that a 10. How dare you, sir?
Fucking
How dare you,
why?
sir? Oh my god, it's Denny Villeneuve and it's Dune. Okay, so I have a history with the story. I know the story. I know where the story goes, and I
Okay,
think
that's why.
Denny like knocked it out of the park. Maybe you didn't like it because it ended in a very stupid way, but
Yes.
fair enough, fair enough. But I promise you, they'll make it up if they
Okay.
do the story right. If they do the story right, I think you might like it.
Okay. All right.
Barbie,
I wait, seriously?
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not watching it, so I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna watch it.
I give it a 7, man. I think
Oh, Jesus Christ, Link. What
I
the
give it a
fuck?
7. I don't
Why?
know. I don't know. It's every time I see it, every time I see Ryan Gosling with that shit-eating grin and his abs is out, like it just it appeals to me. I don't know why. I don't.
Okay.
It's
I'm not watching it, so I'm saying zero because I'm not gonna watch it.
like when Margot Robbie takes off her shoe and then her foot is still arched like the doll. I'm like, come on, man. That's a pretty good
Okay.
detail. Like,
All right. All right. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I see what you mean. Yeah.
like
I'll give you that.
I'll tell you what, if it sucks, I'll still be entertained because it'll be a train wreck. Like, how could you make a movie out of of a doll? That's, but then again, they I guess Annabelle. But if it's good, then I would be surprised as hell. So, um, you haven't seen Dungeons and Dragons, have you?
No, but I want to go see it though.
Yeah. Well, it came out and I think it flopped, but I've been hearing that it's really good. So I may regret not going, but I'm gonna check it out.
Okay.
And well, I don't really see anything on the docket. I think that's it for now. That's
Okay. Cool.
yeah, that's it. Oh, did you see Super Mario?
Yes, I did.
It's pretty good.
Um, it's pretty good. I didn't agree with the storyline, but like overall, I enjoyed for what it was.
Yeah, it I mean didn't have much of a story, did it? It was just more
No,
of
not
it was
really.
just nods, which is
Can I be
fine.
honest?
Like I'm
Can I be
fine
honest
with it.
with you? I fell asleep during the beginning part. I did. Like I literally was struggling to keep my eyes open during.
You're probably really tired.
No, it's well, yeah, that too. But I was also like, I watched it and I it didn't captivate me. I couldn't do it.
Well, it's no Puss in Boots. So
No, I say Puss in Boots is a lot better than Mario.
yeah, it's amazing. It's making crazy money though. I think it's an embarrassment to Disney that Super Mario is making that much money.
It is.
Yeah,
I think it's only because of the name. That's it.
yeah. But anyways, that's it for movies today.
Hmm.
Um, thanks for coming out, man.
Always, bro. It's always fun like this.
We'll probably have another one after we saw some of these movies. Let me know how Little Mermaid turns out. I think I'm gonna skip it,
Okay.
but yeah, let me know how that goes.
Okay.
Anyways, thanks for coming. Thanks listeners for listening this long, and we are out.